stages at which a save can be made in a breakaway situation. The first and best is before the shot's taken. The second is during the process of the shot being taken. And finally, if the shot cannot be prevented or can't be stopped in progress, it must be saved after it has been taken. And this is the least favorable option for a goalkeeper. Once an attacker has penetrated your defense and has gotten behind your last defender, the breakaway is on. You should begin your approach to the attacker in the stalking position. Your knees should be bent and your back relatively upright, just as in your set position. And your hands should start out wide in order to make yourself look bigger to the shooter. But they start to move lower and lower as you get closer to the shooter. This is because as you get close to the shooter, the chances of a shot being down here goes up. So you might as well prepare with your hands in the proper position. By attacking the shooter, you're not only cutting your angle and looking bigger to the shooter, but you're also beginning to put pressure on the shooter, forcing them to make a decision to shoot before you get there or to try and dribble around you. As we start to attack the shooter, you need to read the shooter so you can begin to assess when you're going to make this save, before, during, or after. If the shooter is coming at you with speed, you should be attacking with speed. Chances are you're going to make this save before they take the shot. But if the shooter is very methodical and patient in their approach, then you should also be patient with your decision. Ultimately, you're going to have to make a save or force the attacker outside to give your defenders time to recover.
This set of clips demonstrates making the breakaway save before the shot is taken. In these clips, the shooter is attacking the net slowly and methodically, and it's apparent that they were trying to put a move on me and dribble around me. Notice how in this situation, I am patient and do my best to mirror the shooter until he gets into a position that allows me to easily win the ball. This next set of instruction is also for saving the ball before the shot is taken. However, in these examples, the shooter is coming in with more speed, and a more aggressive approach than mirroring is required.
Once you get close enough to the opponent where you can reach the ball, you're going to make a dive towards the shooter. Your dive here should not be at the ball or at their feet though. Instead, you want to dive to cut the angles that the shooter has available to them. With the play happening so fast, if you try and dive to where the ball is, there's no chance that that ball is going to be there by the time you get to the ground. So instead of trying to play the spot where the ball is, you take away the spots where the ball will be. And that's these angles. And here's how. Once you get close enough to reach, pick the direction you think the shooter is most likely to dribble towards when you attack them. Some clues will be if they are leaning one way or if their hips are facing in one direction. Once you've chosen a side, you're going to collapse dive towards that side and use your hands to cut off the angle that they would dribble into. Now, if you guess the side correctly, they're going to end up dribbling right into your hands. But even if you've guessed wrong, you're still in good shape. When making your collapse dive, your hands should go in one direction to cut off the more likely angle that the shooter will take, but your feet will also wrap around in the other direction to take away the backside angle. So you can see, if done correctly, you can shut down both angles and the dribbler will have nowhere to go. This really flips the favor in the direction of the goalkeeper on breakaways. But if not done correctly, you can give the dribbler a free pass into the net. So make sure to not make the most frequent mistake that goalies learning this technique make, and that is sliding in feet first instead of diving in hands first. Diving in with feet first, like you're sliding to second base, not only makes it impossible to gather this ball with your hands, but also leaves a whole angle wide open for the shooter to take to the net. Now let's see what this looks like when we take it.
The next set of saves are made after the shot is taken. If you see a shooter set up to take a shot while they're on a breakaway, and they're doing this before you're close enough to make the save, you must stop dead in your tracks and get in that set position. If you're still moving when the shot is taken, it's almost always a certain goal. Once you are set, all you can do is hope to react fast enough to make the save. Now notice on these saves that as soon as I suspect a shot, I immediately get into the set position and rely on my reaction time and diving technique to make the proper save.